What is running? It sounds like a simple question, but it isn't. Running is moving your legs to propel yourself forward. It's the breath in between strides. It's leg movements, something that all the people here have done. And to some, that's all it is. It's tying up your shoes and running a set number of miles or hitting a good time. It's running once and calling it quits. Maybe running is your morning or afternoon, your lunch break or your final workout at the gym, and that's great. But to others, it's a gift given to the fortunate. It's a gift given to hopefully all the people watching this video. It's a superpower to those who cannot run. And you may ask, how is running, that thing that I do that feels like an annoying exercise, a superpower? Well, to them it's like flying or lifting a car. To those who can't run, it's amazing. However, to us, people who can run, it can be that dragging exercise. It just depends on who you ask. I understand getting midway through a run and cramping up or getting so tired you feel like you could collapse. But for anyone who's finished a race, whether it be 1 or 100 miles, you've experienced that feeling of accomplishment, that superpower of running, that jolt. It makes you feel like you could run a marathon. And no, I don't mean a literal jolt of electricity, but a feeling of excitement and accomplishment. This project started this year, but running and I have had a long relationship. I was diagnosed with Perthes disease when I was young. It's a genetic disease that my grandfather had and his grandfather before him. It affects blood flow to your hip and hence makes it harder, or to some about impossible, to run. But I was lucky, and it now is dormant and has little effect on me. But this presentation isn't about that. It's about the struggles to run, to get up in the morning and face life. The motivation you must find to get up and face your goals head on, and running the race of your life. However, Perthes disease did impact my first 5K. When I was young, I was in a run club after school, and I finished my very first race second to last. I also just didn't like running. It was annoying, and like a lot of people, I still find running hard. Sometimes we have bad runs or hard runs, when you want to quit and be at home as fast as you can. So, during the exhibition night for Life Design Lab, I told someone about the struggles that I faced about running, and how hard it can be. But he said something along the lines of, it won't always be. With endurance and courage and strength, you can move past those hardships. But, in all of that, it begs the question, why did I pick running? Why would I do something that I found annoying and difficult? A while back, me and my dad were in an airport. We'd just gotten lunch, and we're about to go to departure. We talked about why anyone would climb Mount Everest, and he mentioned how everything can be taken from you, but your experiences, accomplishments, and your faith. He ended up taking his own advice and ran a marathon, something that he trained for and worked hard for. So, when I was faced with picking a project, I thought I would try running myself. But I made a not-so-new realization during this project. I can be really lazy. I sometimes don't want to turn off my show on Netflix or Prime, leave my game. Maybe it's raining or snowing like it did this winter. Maybe I have homework or only have unlimited free time before and after school that I want to spend not running. There are many different things that make me not want to run. However, that doesn't mean that I didn't do anything. Over the winter, I spent my time from 6 to 8, Monday through Friday, after school fencing in the auxiliary gym, which included lots of exercises, like running a mile on the track while it was frigid cold, and other activities with cardio in the gym. I also won awards such as Rookie of the Year and Top Squad. But I needed some help to achieve greater runs. While visiting South Carolina over Thanksgiving break, I was signed up for the turkey trot by some relatives. A tradition of theirs was to run the turkey trot every year. So I ran a 5K with family and friends, and I felt that jolt, despite the cold weather on my skin and in my lungs. And so, afterwards, I got tips on nutrition from my dad about carbs and sugars, and how they can be helpful and not harmful in some cases. We made a training route here in Morristown, right outside the high school. And yeah, I still have been lazy and not wanting to run, which put a huge wrench in my project. And as the days, weeks, months would go by with little to no running, I knew I needed to get to work. The excuse of winter was starting to not work. But, like I said, this rough patch lasted a long time, and I had a lot of catching up to do. However, I picked myself back up again, and with the help of others. So, something that I'd like to say to everyone is get back up and get someone to back you up. Whether it be people in your lives like your friends or family or people that you don't know but want to get to know. Get them to back you up. After that, I've been trying to get into shape. I plan to race at the end of April, another 5K that I hope to finish. I've been tracking food and trying to get it out. I'm trying to get a daily workout. Anyways, what's the lesson that I got out of this? What did I learn here? Well, what I hope you all take away from this is run. If you fall down, get back up. Hope that you have help and run. If you're after a good goal, take the strides towards that goal that you have set for yourself. I talked about good runs and bad runs. When you have a bad run or goal that you struggle with, look forward to and appreciate those good runs that are yet to come. Look forward to them because with practice and patience, you can achieve them. Do not fear falling, but know that it can happen, and know that you need to find someone to back you up. So run the race. Thank you.